This is ZeroPhone. It's an open source phone assembled from easily available components. It uses accessible Raspberry Pi boards, various chip breakouts, and custom PCBs to connect it all together. It runs Linux, a real non-crippled version of Linux, based on Debian. It also has a simple user interface written in Python, allowing it to be modifiable. It's extensible, you can add new functions to it, both in software and in hardware.
I always dreamed about technology that would assist us in what we do and would be adjustable to our habits. In my experience with off-the-shelf devices, this most often isn't the case. I had plenty of ideas like what if I could connect an additional ink screen to my phone, but the supposedly smart devices wouldn't let me. They weren't programmed with my needs in mind, and I cannot modify them to fit my workflow either.
For a long time now, I've been hacking on hardware to make devices that would fit me. Linux was a discovery that gave me superpowers, and as I discovered new Linux tools, became basically my requirement. Raspberry Pi let me use Linux not only on big computers but also on smaller devices that I could carry with me. Those devices lacked usability, so I made them more usable. They lacked portability too. I learned to make them portable. Then I started making a device that would work well for day-to-day usage, and this turned out to be the hardest part. I understood that I needed to make hardware with this goal in mind from the very beginning, and this is how ZeroPhone project started. I do not want to make ZeroPhone into yet another do-it-yourself phone. I want to make a platform for people like me to bring their ideas to life, for those who want a phone that's under their control. I also made it easy to assemble a ZeroPhone independently, so that there's nothing prohibiting somebody from just going and making one for himself. This is a big project. It also has a lot of unconventional decisions behind it. So I'm documenting my work and making newsletter editions as the project goes on, and I'm doing blog posts that explain decisions I made. That way, others know what happened, what is happening right now, and why. And I make sure it's a good platform for others as well by keeping a survey where anybody that's interested in ZeroPhone can give feedback, voice their concerns, or tell if I'm moving in the right direction. One of the most important priorities is making ZeroPhone work well as a phone. Calls, SMS, data, and related features. So at the moment I'm looking for a full set of software that would let it work like a decent phone does, and making sure hardware works as it's supposed to. I am also looking for people that would be interested in helping this project achieve its goals. There are various parts of the project that I cannot handle myself, from solving various small but time-consuming problems to 3D design, from kernel driver programming to checking ZeroPhone PCB designs before they go into production. We already have some great people on board and they do things I'm just not good at. After hardware is stable and basic goals are met, there will be crowdfunding. The biggest problem for the crowdfunding so far is optimizing the product for a larger scale manufacturing, to the point where it's cheap to assemble ZeroPhones fully. So I'm also working on ZeroPhone kits as a backup plan. The idea is to assemble all the easily automatable parts and let the user do the rest. So during crowdfunding you will be able to pre-order a small number of fully assembled ZeroPhones as well as a lot of kits that will require minimal assembly. I am happy that I started this project. This year, I'm working on something that makes a difference not only for me but also for others. Together, we can enable people to create devices that truly help them. I also want to re-evaluate what we perceive as a smartphone. Is it the large screen, or is it how well it helps its owner?